Vulgar Display kind of laid the groundwork, and I think Pantera was the band that carried metal through the rest of the 90s and into the new millennium.
They really were the ones that were really kind of the bridge that gave heavy metal an existence, because when that band was huge in the mid-90s, a lot of people thought metal was dead.
We just slipped through a crack. Metallica just had the Black Album, which I loved, we all did. And then you had Nirvana around that time. We never influenced by any of that kind of stuff. We had our own sound and what we were doing.
Pantera kind of breathed some new life into it. It was still pretty good in the underground, but there was nothing big, and Pantera was the one band that was out there being big.
Vulgar Display of Power is my favorite Pantera record. To me, it's their Rain and Blood.
That's one of those records that really starts to separate from the pack.
It brewed shit up and just changed everything.
Now you listen to it and it sounds like it's common. Everybody, all the metal bands kind of sound like that, but at the time, those were like pretty brutal vocals.
What becomes kind of standard metal singing now really in a lot of ways came from Phil.
It really inspired us to keep that heavy growl,
I watched every single vocalist shave their head, take their shirts off, and wear those khaki half-cut off military pants. Even Rob Halford turned into Phil Anselmo's look.
As well as, of course, Dime being able to just, shred.
When I heard his guitar, I was like, what is happening? I mean, it's like Spaceman who just came down from Mars and was just
He was kind of tortured by the fact that he always was going for something, and we could never quite find it 100%.
Dime's legacy as a guitar, it's pretty much right there with Tony Iommi in regards of he's the king of that genre of extreme metal and the power groove and all that stuff.
He was breaking all the ground, and he was the next guitar hero. You had Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, and Dimebag. He was just the next in line for metal guitar heroes, and I don't know if anybody's come close since.
I tried my best to learn Dimebag riffs, and it's hard. It's really hard.
One of the things people don't know about Dime, he had a guitar in his bathroom. I went in his bathroom one time. I sat down, I was like, he's got a guitar, and he's got his little tape recorder. What's that doing in here? I said, Dime, what's the deal with the guitar in the bathroom? He goes, man, that's where I write all my riffs. That's why my riffs are the shit.
Every time I think of Pantera, I think of Dime. I don't feel the spirit of Dimebag ever leaves you. And once you knew Dime, he's with you forever.
The musical chemistry of Pantera was undeniable.
A lot of years under the belt playing together, growing up together.
The way the brothers worked on guitar and drums, phenomenal.
Vinny's drumming, I remember, was just totally influential for me at that time. He would tape silver dollars on his kick drums with a wooden beater and stuff. So I remember I tried that for a little while too.
Rex on the bass, it just warmed it out nicely.
He had an amazing ability to make his tone complement and stand out also.
They had shred, they had Phil as the angry singer, and then they had this groove swagger. So they had three really key components that kind of changed the course of where heavy metal went.
Every single band that exists today has some sort of influence by Pantera.
They're trying to touch Sabbath, they're trying to touch Metallica, and they're trying to touch Pantera, man.
You won't even listen to it 10 years from now and be like, it sounds kind of old. It doesn't. It even still sounds really modern.
There's albums like that. You have Back in Black, Van Halen 1, and Vulgar Display is definitely one of those type of albums. It's just an absolute classic from start to finish, a perfect album.